A really nice part about Git is that it's distributed. So you can have a copy of your project on your computer, and other people can also have a copy of that same project. And then you can have a server like GitHub serving that project to anybody who wants to collaborate. Each of these copies of the project can have either more or less information than the other ones. And that makes sense, right? So if you're offline working on your project and you make a commit, how can anybody else see it? This video is going to go over how to negotiate those differences in everybody's projects. When I was first learning Git, I got tripped up on the fact that remotes and branches are different things. So it's worth noting that they're different. So let's say you have a project on your local computer, and somebody told me I should get really nice graphics, and more people would watch my videos, but sorry, maybe later. Here's master. You got another commit over here. Maybe you have some branch, like right here. It's got a commit on it. And we'll call this one branch A. Maybe just A, because I don't want to write the whole thing out. And then this is local. Nice. And you can also have, say, on GitHub, the same project has the same two commits. So this one is the same as this one. And these two are the same. See, you're tracking the same history. But let's say this one, and we'll say this is on GitHub. GitHub. It doesn't know about branch A, and in fact knows about a different branch called B that you don't know about. And this is entirely possible. Maybe your coworker pushed up branch B and you started branch A on yourself or on your own computer, didn't tell anybody about it. So this is an entirely possible setup. And we're going to go over how to deal with all that. Also, just a side note, GitHub is not the same as Git. It's a vendor that lets you save your files on their servers. There are other sites like Bitbucket that do the same thing, but GitHub is really popular, so I'm going to show how to use that one. But it's entirely possible to use Git without using GitHub, and you can go your whole career without using it. But it's really unlikely. GitHub is super popular. There are a couple commands that you can use to communicate your changes and pull down from the remote, so we're going to go through those. So let's open up a terminal here and get to the right directory. Check our status. Cool. So we'll open up GitHub here, which I am conveniently signed into, and create a new repository. And I'm just going to call it like YouTube Teach or something like that I do not plan on using in the future. And yeah, we'll go ahead and make it public. If you guys want to friend me, go for it. All right, so here is a link to the repository right here. I'm going to go ahead and click this button, and we've got it copied into the clipboard. And to connect this project that we've been working on and have a couple branches and commits on over to the remote, we're going to type in this command right here, git remote add origin, and we'll paste in the URL right here. We did it, and we can see that the remote has been added. Git remote, and we have one remote. It's called origin. So that command up there might have been like a little confusing. Git, yeah, that's the program we're using. Remote, we've been talking about remotes. Add is the function that we're gonna call. We're trying to add something. That all makes sense. And the URL is the remote that we're adding. Origin is a little bit more confusing. I don't know why the standard remote is called origin. It just is. Memorize it. Yeah, and you can see this next command right here, git remote. We have one remote. It's called origin, and that is this GitHub project right here. Alternatively, if you had just joined a team and they already had a GitHub repo set up with a bunch of work on it, and you just wanted to start contributing, and you wanted to go to the opposite direction, instead of starting with a local project and connecting it with an empty remote, and instead you had a remote full of stuff and you wanted to just clone it down, you would do something like this. Git clone, and then whatever the URL is right there. Obviously, not this one, just pretend it's your project that your manager gave you or whatever. But that's how you'd go the opposite direction. And here's a couple handy commands to help you with remotes also. Git branch -u, and then origin, my branch, or whatever branch you want to. That helps track an upstream branch. So if you have your project locally and you know that there's a branch upstream that you want, you can type in this command and it will start tracking it. If you want to just in general get all data you don't have from a remote, you can do this one, git fetch, and then the remote name in this case, and in almost all cases, it's going to be called origin. And we didn't get anything right there because right now they don't have anything that we don't have. We just set it up and we have all the information here locally. So let's go ahead and inform GitHub of what we have right here. We're going to do git push. Oh, right. So we don't have any upstream branch, so we can specify exactly what we're pushing to with git push origin. And this is going to say which one we're going to push to. And it also gives us this helpful tip right here that to push to the current branch and set the remote as upstream, git push set upstream origin master. So we're just going to follow that advice right there and git push -- set upstream origin master. And that pushed all of our changes up to GitHub, and it also set the upstream so that in the future, if we make some changes, let's say like test, yet another modification, save that, git add, git commit, another modification, and this time we just do git push. Now it interprets that the remote that we want to send it to is origin because we set it in that last command. So let's go ahead and check out GitHub and see that they actually received everything. We're going to refresh right here. And lo and behold, we have all of those changes that we've got. We've got 10 commits, and we've got 1 branch, master. There probably were others. I think I deleted them as like branch cleanup in another video, but there were more, trust me. We've just got the 1 contributor over here, which is me, and you can see that I've been doing these videos for like a month now. So let's take this in the reverse direction now and say that there's multiple contributors. One of my coworkers or friends or somebody in the open source community has said they want to contribute. They made a commit to this, and then let's say this repository has something that I don't have locally and I want to work on that. I will just go git pull, and it's already up to date right now, but if there was something on the branch that I was currently on, this would pull it down. So there you have it. That's a couple ways that you can share and receive information on GitHub using remotes. Hey everyone, as always, be sure to like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever. I'm going to be putting out a couple more of these, and they're going to be covering more of the advanced topics now that we've covered the basics, some fun tips and tricks. Be sure to check those out. See you in the next video.